Hello and welcome to All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris and I am your host. Today we are blessed to have Bishop Bob Jackson, Axel Gospel Church right here in Oakland with us. Bob Jackson is a candidate for the Oakland City Council District 7 and my, he is going to tell you why he should be elected to the Oakland City Council. Welcome, Bishop Jackson. How are you?
Thank you, sir. I'm doing fine by the grace of God. Thank you for having me on the program.
Well, you know, it's always a pleasure to have you back here on the program. You know why?
No, sir.
Because you are genuine. You tell the truth, even when the truth hurts. You tell it anyway.
If you don't,
that's why I always like to have you here on my show.
Thank you.
So tell us, you are running for city council. Why are you running?
Well, that's what I've been asking. Not that I don't have enough things to do, but I've been noticing District 7 for quite a while now. And it's just run down. I mean, some of the things, the problems we've been having in District 7, they've been continuous, and it just doesn't seem
What are
like,
some of those problems?
Well, the littering, the loitering, I mean, the illegal dumping.
Oh, yes, I saw that on my way down to the station.
It's horrendous. It's almost like a third world country out there in District 7. I mean, they just throw trash is just strewn everywhere. It's like the city dump. And it seems like no one really cares. And yet we pay taxes to live out here in District 7.
A lot of taxes.
But we don't have the representation. So
why, Bishop, why?
Well, because I feel like it's a disconnect with City Hall. It's a disconnect because of our city council person. And, you know, he's been there a long time. And so I just
24 years, huh?
Yeah, 24, going on 26. I just think that he's been there a long time. And anyway, it's just time for change. It's time for trusted leadership, you know, that we can make sure we can get the things done that we deserve. Again, we pay taxes, and good taxes, as a matter of fact. So, you know, the cleaning of the streets and dealing with the homeless problem, dealing with the affordable housing problems, the jobs, the security, the safety. I mean, all of those things are a part of being a city councilman and making sure that we get those things.
And before you leave cleaning on the streets, I understand you already been doing something about that, even though you're not yet on the city council. Is that right?
That is absolutely correct, sir.
Tell us about it.
We've been well, the Men of Valor Academy, we have a training program with the Men of Valor Academy. We have about 70 men in the program that's coming out of incarceration. And what we do is we work with them, and a lot of them we have to teach how work skills, work ethics, and those kind of things. So we end up cleaning up the streets and whatnot. We've been working with several community groups, you know, to clean the streets and clean District 7, District 6. And we've been doing that as part of our training. And I tell you, it's still not enough. You know what I'm saying? So we have some ideas about how to make that even better.
But it's demonstrating what you will do if you are elected, right?
It's absolutely true.
Now you were talking about the homeless. What
right.
About
well, the homeless situation, because we don't have affordable housing, and no one wants to build affordable housing because they say there's no money in it, and so they want to build market rate because they can get more money. But I say, but what about the people that has low income or just moderate income who would like to be homeowners, who like to have a place to stay? It's kind of like they're not that concerned. So when you say affordable housing, you have to be careful who you're talking to, because some people think affordable housing is for those who can afford it.
Well,
and that's so sad. No, but it's sad. It's really sad.
I know.
Because I think to own a home is a California, I mean, it's an American dream to own your own home. You know what I'm saying? So, and there were programs in the day, the 220 program, the Veterans Administration programs, a lot of programs that subsidize low-income people to help them become homeowners. And it worked. And what it does is it stabilizes the community and also causes the community to be safer, because homeowners take more pride in their property and they take more pride in their neighborhood.
Well, do you have anything specific that you may be offering in terms of eradicating or reducing the homeless population here in Oakland?
Right. Well, the first thing I want to do is set up a homeless commission, because we don't have a homeless commission to just focus on the homeless problem. We have people throwing Band-Aids at it and things like that, but no one is really doing it. I don't think people are taking the homeless population very serious, and they just think that eventually, they're going to go away. I just don't think so. As a matter of fact, it seems as though the numbers are increasing. So we need to have a commission on homelessness, and we need to take all the resources from county and the city to put them together to do what we really need to do to help the people. Now, when they had the fire up there at Paradise, they had 15,000 people that became homeless.
That's true.
They became homeless because their homes burned down during the fire. But you see, they put up a homeless community. They put up showers and portable showers and portable dining halls, and they put up tents and stuff like that. And it was very well done. 15,000 people shared.
Why that disparate treatment? People up in Paradise Valley gets one thing, we down here seem to get something else.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. It's only because the people up in Paradise care about the people in their city, and we need to care about our people in the city of Oakland as well. So coming back to becoming the city councilman and why I'm running, I believe we can abate those problems. We have a building downtown, North County Jail, that used to house 800 prisoners right across from the police department. It's empty right now, totally empty. And our taxes are paying $83,000 a month to keep the air conditioners on and the lights on.
$83,000?
$83,000 a month to keep that place open, and it can house 800 prisoners. Well, I told them, I said, listen, all we have to do is put a wall up where the cells are, put a wall up there and put a door with a lock and key, and we can bring 800 homeless people in there. It's self-contained, it's got a toilet, it's got a sink, it's got hot water, it's got everything you need for just like a little studio, right? So what happened was the county went to the homeless population and said, hey, would you all like to go to the prison down here, the jailhouse, and live in the jailhouse? They said, no, that's inhumane. I said, inhumane? What's inhumane is pooping in a bucket, living out in the street. That's what's inhumane. You got hot water here. You got a place to land. You know what I'm saying? And so
I tell you, Bishop, I can see the passion in you. I can hear the passion in your voice. You're going to do something about this. We're going to have to go to break, so don't touch that remote. Put it down. We will be right back with All About Community with Bishop Robert Jackson. Bishop Bob Jackson.
Positive Links Day program is a community center that provides disability awareness to remove some of the stigmas associated with the disabled population. We are located at 675 Hagenberger Road, Suite 255 in Oakland, California. Our mission is to be a voice for those that don't have a voice. We are recruiting community volunteers for training to assist us to develop and provide awareness for the treatment available for the disabled community. If you would like to volunteer, you can reach us at 510-878-9779.
Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris and I am your host. When we went to break, we were talking passionately with Bishop Jackson about the homeless, and he was describing about the county jail and the vacancy there, that something could be done, but there's strange stuff happening. In District 7, Bishop, could you tell us, why do you think that things have not happened? Why has District 7 seemingly been left out of the picture of all the great things that's going on in the city of Oakland?
do you want the edited version or do you want the TRUTH?
The truth.
Okay, okay.
Nothing but the truth.
What I think, personally, I think they're allowing it to run down. They're allowing it to get worse and worse, and all it's going to do is get worse and worse. And finally, the city's going to step in and say, hey, you that live in District 7, aren't you tired of this terrible condition you've been living in out here, District 7? And District 7 people are going to say, yeah, we're tired of that. We need to do something about it. They're going to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to rebuild the whole District 7. But the only way to do that is to move all of you out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, then we're going to tear down all this raggedy stuff, and we're going to build brand new stuff, high-rises, take that Coliseum, and we're going to build all of these high-rise units and whatnot, hotels, restaurants, and all this stuff. But you won't be able to move back here because the prices of the houses that you live in now will cost double what they cost right now.
You mean they will be moved out?
It's a form of gentrification that we've never seen, I tell you. And that's what I believe. Now, you asked me what I believe. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a plan for District 7 that the people in District 7 don't know anything about. And City Hall is doing a good job keeping it under wraps so they don't know. But it's prophesied within the next 10 years that especially the African American population, will be under 3%.
In the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, the African American population, which is right about 23% right now. It used to be 48.
It did.
Now it's down to 23, and it's dropping. Every day, more and more people are moving out of Oakland, and the reason they're moving is cost too much to live here. Well, it's getting ready to get worse, and it's by design, is what I believe. So we have to do something to stop that. People have lived here for generations, raised their kids and grandkids, and now all of a sudden, we can't even afford to live here. To me, that's terribly unfair.
Now, who are some of your supporters that are supporting you for your run for the city council? I assume you have some.
Yes, well,
As a matter of fact, you probably have a whole lot.
I do, and more coming on board
Good.
because people want to hear the truth. They're tired of being lied to. They're tired of the politicians. I'm not really a politician. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have anything to lose. I'm not working for any particular specialty group. I'm not up trying to, you know what I'm saying, put money in my pocket, stuff like that. I'm way beyond all of that. I'm trying to help the people of District 7. I've lived in District 7 almost 50 years. I grew up in Oakland. I grew up in the projects in West Oakland, and my dad finally got a raise and we moved to Brookfield, okay? So I went to Elmhurst. I graduated from Castlemont. I went to Merritt College. I went to Cal State Hayward, got my BA degree. The point I'm saying
You
is
sound like a local person.
I am local, and I've been here, and I'm going to die here in the city of Oakland, so I'm not going anywhere. And I'm going to do everything I can to help the people in District 7. So you asked me who's endorsing me?
Yes, I did.
First of all, Senator Parada has endorsed me, and also Sandre Swanson, Assemblyman Sandre Swanson. I just got a new endorsement from Bishop Macklin from Glad Tidings.
The Bishop Macklin?
Bishop Macklin, Glad Tidings Church of God in Christ, and also all of the bishops in Northern California, Bishop Murray, Bishop Bullock, Bishop Smith, Bishop Galbraith, Bishop, I mean,
you got all those big
all
boys.
of them just came on board to endorse me. And I've got, but I haven't had a lot of endorsements from a lot of these particular groups, specialty groups, I call them. But they've been having campaign forums. And what's happening is they want me to go along with what they want to do and what they're trying to do. And they want me to commit to that before they would endorse me. And I'm saying, no, I'm not going to do that because your endorsement doesn't mean that much to me. I would rather have the endorsement from the people who live in District 7, knowing that I'm going to be working for them and not specialty groups.
So some of those specialty groups have been endorsing your opponents, I suppose.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
But I understand that you have one key endorsement of the great person that used to be city manager here. I can't remember
his name is
Maybe
Robert.
I'm gonna let you say it.
His name is Robert Bob. Yes, sir.
Bob.
Yes, sir. The ex-city
How
manager.
did you manage to do that?
Well,
because he is a very important person.
I love to say this. When Jerry Brown, who was then the mayor, when Jerry Brown got that strong P vote, in other words, he became the real power in the city. All of a sudden, he and Robert Bob got into it. And as a matter of fact, it was over the ball team and whether we were going to put the ball team. He wanted to put it downtown. And so there was some controversy because Jerry Brown, the mayor, he wanted to bring more people downtown with these high rises and whatnot. So he ended up firing Robert Bob. And I ran up and talked to Robert Bob, and I convinced him to become the president of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce. And so I hired him with no money. I hired him and gave him a job when he got fired. So he remembered me giving him a job. I like to say that, of course. Of course, he didn't need a job, of course, not a man with his stature. But I love to say that it was true. He did come and join the chamber and work with us with the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce after he got fired from city manager. So yes, that's. But I have a lot of great people, community people. Ray Chester from the Raiders football player endorsed me as well, and so I have a lot of local people that endorse me. The Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce PAC endorsed me. And on and on. So I'm really excited about that.
And you should be, because you have developed a reputation, and that reputation, as they say, precedes you. It walks out in front of you. All you have to do is just smile and walk along with it.
I don't know if it's that easy. I don't know if it's that easy, but
We're going to have to go to break. I tell you, talking with Bishop Bob Jackson is awesome because he's a man of passion. He's a man who has a plan. We will be right back. Put the dial down. Put the remote down. We'll be right back with All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host.
Hi, I'm Robert Bob Jackson. I'm running for city council, and listen, I need your vote. I need your support. And also, I want to tell you that we're going to deal with affordable housing. We're going to deal with the homeless issues. We're going to deal with problems that's been in District 7 for way too long. I plan on making a change. Leadership you can trust. Vote for Robert Bob Jackson. I'm Robert Bob Jackson, and I approve of this message.
Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris and I am your host. When we went to break, I was talking again with Bishop Jackson, who is a candidate for the Oakland City Council District 7. Remember, District 7. Bishop Jackson, I'd like to change the subject a little bit and talk about the Oakland A's and the Coliseum and the Howard Terminal. And could you tell us your views on where they should be located, the Oakland A's? And should it be here at the Coliseum, which is right up the street?
Right.
Or should they be down in Howard Terminal?
Well, my personal opinion, I think they need to stay where they are. At the Coliseum. That's what the Coliseum was set up and designed for. 50 years ago, a lot of African American people in particular lost their homes to eminent domain in order to make way for that Coliseum to be built there. And I want you to know, and to take it out now, it was just all that suffering that the African American community went through to put that Coliseum there is now all in vain. 50 years later, they want to move it down to Howard Terminal. It's going to disrupt a lot of blue collar jobs, the different unions that's there, the longshoremen and the waterfront, the maritime and whatnot. It's a lot of interruption. And then to try to figure out the parking and all of that kind of stuff, it's going to be a disaster. It would be a whole lot better if they left it where it is here out in East Oakland. And matter of fact, it's in District 7, by the way, and then developed around it, and improve the community at the same time. And so we don't.
What would some of your ideas be in terms of developing around the Coliseum, which, of course, as you said, is located right here in District 7?
Right. Well, again, you could put restaurants. You could put, different entertainment things. You could put things for the kids. You could put all kinds of things. It's over 200. I think it's 215 acres altogether. When you look at all of it, it's a lot of land to develop. And then you can move out into the community and strengthen the community. We can make the community better, make it safer. Some people say we don't want the Coliseum to be developed out here because it's not safe out here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Not safe. We had 3 ball teams, professional ball teams at the Coliseum, and it was just as safe as it could be. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't believe for 1 minute that that's an excuse. That's the real excuse why they want to move it down to Howard Terminal. To me, it's just a lot of work. Howard Terminal is contaminated with a lot of horrible stuff, and they start digging that stuff up. And West Oakland's already been under attack, you know what I'm saying, with those, the stuff that's been there for too long, the trucks and the exhaust and the fumes and all that. Well, to dig up all of that old land that's got all kind of stuff buried down there. Lord knows what's buried. I mean, it's opening up to me a can of worms. So I don't think it's a good idea. To answer your question, I would that they would keep the A's. We love the A's. We want to keep them in Oakland, but they have a great place to design and put together right here where they are at the Coliseum.
And I believe some of the proposed plans in terms of moving to Howard Terminal would be developing the Coliseum as a site. So it seems to me that that's weird. Why don't they just develop it and stay at the Coliseum rather than going down to Howard Terminal? I'm confused.
Once again, there's something going on with all of that, and something planned that we don't know anything about, and it's not getting out to the community. If you ask the average person in District 7, what's going on with the neighborhood, what's going on with the community, who changed our streets around, and bicycle lanes, Nobody in District 7 riding bicycles.
No,
What's up with
about
that?
I've been thinking about riding a bicycle.
Yeah, thinking about it, but you haven't. But we have bicycle lanes, and then they took 2 lanes that we sacrificed homes with eminent domain to put 2 lanes on 98 going in each direction, and now all of a sudden they went back to 1 lane again.
True,
So
that's
they've
true.
changed the lanes, and then East 14th Street or International is a disaster now. I mean, they got a bus lane and they got the single lane, and I mean, who did that? And they never bothered to get our permission to ask us anything. And yet it impacts our community where we live. But we had no voice. And the reason we had no voice is because we had no representation in City Hall. I mean to change that. Trusted leadership in City Hall that District 7 can trust to know that I'm going to help that district become the great district that I know it can be.
COVID-19,
Right.
coronavirus, has had a tremendous impact right here in Oakland and in District 7. Any ideas or thoughts about that?
Well, we don't have enough testing sites. That's one of the problems, and we have them scattered out pretty good. But District 7 doesn't have, and District 6, that people don't have transportation like other areas, and so to get to these places for testing seems to be a real problem. We need more testing sites. The African American community, the Latino community, coming down with COVID and dying with COVID, which shouldn't happen. If we could get the testing done. County seems to have money to do the testing, but they're very particular about where they put the sites. You see what I'm saying?
I wonder why.
I have no idea. They got the money to put them up there, and we have the properties to do it, but for some reason we can't seem to get it. I plan on changing that when I become city councilman. So I really solicit the support of the District 7 people and ask for their vote and to help me win so we can get our district to be as good and better than anybody else's district in the city of Oakland.
All right. Well, I tell you, you're the man to do it. We're going to have to go to break again. Don't touch that remote. Put it down. We will be right back with All About Community with my guest, Bishop Bob Jackson.
Wireless Plus, your easy access phone provider, wants you to have a free phone, free accessories with free services. How would you like unlimited calls? Unlimited texts with free internet? Let us show you how you can get free government-approved programs. Come to our TV at 7801 Edgewater Drive in Oakland, near the Oakland Airport, for your free phone and unlimited services. Call the number on the screen today and let us show you how to gain easy access and communicate for free with Wireless Plus.
Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host. When we went to break, I was speaking with Bishop Bob Jackson, who is a candidate for the Oakland City Council District 7. Bishop, this election is absolutely critical for a number of reasons. Could you speak to us about the importance of voting locally, statewide, and nationally?
Well, I may not have enough time to talk about all of them, but I can
Just
talk
a
about,
summary.
I can do local because
local.
it's very important to vote. And so many people are apathetic about the process. But listen, your vote does count. And another thing, if you're on probation, you can vote. If you're on parole, you can't. But if you're on probation, you can. So voting is something that a whole lot of people died, lost their lives, just so we could vote. And now that we can, it seems like the people are so apathetic about trying to vote because they feel that vote don't count. Your vote does count. And I want to encourage you, October the 19th is the last day to register to vote. So you want to make sure you register now because October the 19th, that's it. And you want to vote that local election because they're the ones that's going to be running the area where you live. And then you want to do the city because citywide because they're the ones going to be running your city. Then you want to do the state because they're the ones going to be running the state that you live in. And you want to make sure that those people's values line up with your values. And that's the people you want to vote for. So whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, independent, whatever, you need to vote. And you need to vote now because this country is in turmoil right now and desperate for sound leadership. Please register to vote. October 19th, the last day. Do it now and vote. Get out and vote. Listen, it's absentee ballot. They're going to mail it to you so you can fill it out at home, drop it in the mailbox. The stamp's already on it. Drop it in the mailbox and make your vote count.
Well, I tell you, that was a passionate plea for for get out the vote, make your vote count. But I suppose most of all that you want to make certain that they vote locally, especially because you're running for city council.
Especially if you live in District 7, I
And
want to make
especially
sure
if you
you
live in
vote
District
and
7.
vote Robert Bob Jackson, okay?
And what if people
Robert
wanted
Bob
more
Jackson.
information on your campaign? How would they get that information?
You can go on my website, jacksonforeastoakland.com. Jackson4FOR. Jacksonforeastoakland.com. Jacksonforeastoakland.com. Go on my website. You'll find all the information you need to know about me and the campaign. Also, there's a donate button on there.
That's important.
I'd appreciate it so very, very much if you would hit that donate button and donate what you can to the campaign, because I still need more flyers. I need more materials. I need more envelopes. So I need your help. So with your help, I know I could win. And thank you so much for your support.
Bishop Jackson, donating is very important, and you need money, obviously. You cannot run an effective campaign unless you have money. Correct. So don't be afraid to ask people to donate, no matter how small or how large, as long as it does not exceed $900.
That's right.
They can make that donation. We are running out of time. As a matter of fact, we have run out of time. My next guest will be Valerie Lewis, who is a lawyer and works at Safeway. We're going to find out a lot about Safeway in just a few minutes. So, Bishop Jackson, I want to thank you for being my guest on All About Community. You have been fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
So, don't go away. We will be right back with our next segment, All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host.